Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Chellington Valley. So I've got a fun-packed morning this morning. We're going to be doing a job that I would normally have done anyway. It's for one of our neighbours who used to be a farmer. He still has one of his farm fields. It's just a grass field, but he leases it out once a year for a big concert. So we are going to cut the grass for him for his concert. I do this every year because when he sold his farm and his tractors and everything, he obviously no longer has the means to mow such a big field. Normally he just leaves it, but the concert needs it mown. So we are going to take our mower down and get it started. I'd normally just leave the grass mown on the field, but I figured as we have the class, we might as well lease a baler wrapper and wrap the grass as silage bales, and then we can make a bit of money on them, and that will help us in our farming. So we're nearly there now. It's just a couple more ways down, and then we'll hop in, have a quick chat with him, just double check what it is he wants us to do, and of course double check he's happy with us taking the silage bales. I don't normally take any money from him, it's just something I do as a good neighbour. Right, well, that was a productive chat. He's had this tree fall down as well. If I'm honest, it looks like it's been cut, but whatever. So that tree's fallen down, so he wants us to get rid of the tree as well if we can, which is perfectly within our scope. And then this is the field that he wants baled, or wants mown. So the stage normally comes somewhere up on the ridge up there, and then obviously it's a nice amphitheatre for people to view. We'll go get the mower and get started. Right, well, we've reached this tree. That's not what I need, that's what I need. So we're just gonna start hacking it to bits and see where we go. Okay. Slightly hovering in the air, that's a little bit disconcerting. If I cut this, is it going to fall on my head? Yep, that tree fell on me. Okay, let's really get in here. Let's try hacking off a few more branches. Just try and make it a bit more manageable. What's this? What on earth? The farm equipment hiding under here. That's an old mower setup. That's a butterfly mower bar. Whew. Exposed cutters, that's very modern health and safety standards there. I wonder if he knows this is back here. I'll have to nip and ask him in a bit. As you've just seen, Susie has taken over on the mower. She seems to be struggling a bit. Very stuttery, bit limited on speed. I'm not sure what's going on there. It was fine when I was running it. It just doesn't seem to want to run for Susie. It's nothing to do with the hills or anything and the angle she's coming at. I checked that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna let her carry on running it for the time being, and we'll see if I can get this log into the trailer. Come on, in you go. Come on, in you go. Right, I'm gonna carry on arguing with loading up some trees in this trailer, and then I'm going to run the lumber down to the sawmill and we'll see if we can make a bit of money off it. Well, now that the tree's done, I thought I'd have a little go in the mower myself. I can't seem to find an issue with it. I don't know, maybe if it's because it's a zero-turn mower, so the steering doesn't actually come from the front wheels, they're freewheeling, and I wonder if that's throwing Susie off when she's operating it. But I'm not sure I can find an issue, so I'm just going to run some strips at 17 miles an hour, and then I've got to go and pick up the baler with the class. Well, here I am. I've got a baler in tow. You can probably guess what I've gone with. I've gone with the Class Rollant 455. It made sense to have a class when the tractor's a class anyway. It also came up almost as cheap as a certain brand beginning with a K that is very common. I've generally try to avoid using that one because I don't want to have to say that word and risk being banned from YouTube. So this is what we've got. Let's get it running and pick up some grass and get it wrapping. So I'm just gonna go around and pick up some of these bales. I've got the auto-loading Flegel trailer. very similar to the one that we bought with Mark in La Coronea. This one's slightly bigger, so it'll fit more bales on it. At the moment, these are just wrapped grass bales, so for example, if I put these into sell point, they would sell as grass bales. They need to ferment for 48 hours. I think they're going to have to sit and ferment in our back garden because we don't actually have any farmland yet. We've made some phone calls and we are waiting very hopefully and expectantly to find out about some farmland. So I will keep you posted as soon as I get the phone call. Susie's still chugging away with the Mowit. It's still not working brilliantly for her, so I think long term we might have to find another solution. Well, I had a chat with Gavin, who owns this field. He had no idea these were hiding back here, and he said as we're starting a farm, he is more than happy for us to take them. He says there's probably very little sale value in them anyway, and actually us taking them will help him with getting his grass mown continually, so he's more than happy for us to take them and do them up. Well, as you've just seen, I took our new old mowers over to field 36. That's our kind of back garden field, and I mowed it, gave them a test. They do need a little bit of work doing to them, but they got the job done. So that's all mowed. We're going to leave that, and that's going to dry out in the sun and become hay. We've just put £360 worth of diesel into the class. It's a thirsty beast. Ooh, that's a fence. This is a better view, I think. Stop trying to fly the drone while driving. I have had the phone call about the new farm. So I'm going to head down there now. So you might remember me telling you in the last video about Chellington farm and about how it had been sold by the farmer to developers who were going to develop it, put loads of houses on there. The development company then went bust and the land defaulted back to the government. So we put in a request to the government to release the land to us on a year-long lease, but with no costs, because obviously of the associated farm startup costs. So the government have agreed, what with Brexit and what have you, they're trying to get more farming done within the country so that there's not the import costs. So they've agreed to let us have the farmyard rent-free for a year, which will mean that we can have a go, we can start up. Obviously, if we find that we're not any success or we're not turning over any money, we can then back out. The government, they're happy because the land is at the moment sitting there costing them absolutely nothing, but they're not gaining anything from it either. So we are hopeful that it will all work out. So I'm going to park the class up here next to all of the silage bales. We did a couple of silage contracts as well and got some leftover bales from those, so in total what came off field 15 and so field 15 and then all of the contracts is 66 bales, which need 48 hours to ferment, and then we will be able to sell them as silage bales in our own right. I'm going to go and jump in the Land Rover because I need to head down to the store. There are some barriers in the way of the farm and I need to go and get a piece of equipment to add on to a wheel loader to help us with moving them. So this wheel loader belongs to the construction site that's happening down on the main road, just down there. Lots of complicated reasons why no work is going on at the moment. Local councils and money and lack of planning are involved. So my friend Robert, who is the supervisor at the building site, has said he's more than happy for me to borrow this loader if I need to do any heavy lifting work or anything like that. These plastic bollards are filled with a couple of 1,000 litres of water, which means that they don't move particularly nicely. So I've just borrowed it for that and we'll run it back down there very shortly. So here is Chellington Farm. And this is now ours. I'm a little bit excited. Susie's incredibly excited as well. I'm trying to get into the wrong side of the Land Rover. That's how excited I am. I think this is a very good time to call it an end to this video. So, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to jump on the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and most importantly, have a great day.